what's up? Welcome back to Theo Life Without. It's been a very adventurous past few weeks. A lot of information to share. The most important one today that I'm going to be sharing is a letter that I got from a friend of mine explaining the 924C federal guideline sentencing statute called stacking sentencing. We need to be more clear-minded about the people that we send to prison, and not just the people that we send to prison, but how we send them to prison with the sentence. The excessive sentences are hurting us more than they're helping us. There's a lot of people that get 5 years for a crime that the next man will get 35 years. What the First Step Act that's been passed recently, what it does is based on the fact that the First Step Act is not retroactive, meaning that the date that it came into play, it doesn't go back to protect any of the people that were already sentenced last year or even 20 years ago. So the case that I'm actually sharing is a good friend of mine. His name is Christopher L. Parker. He's a Sacramento native. The guy has a great personality. Now, I'm not sitting here trying to campaign about innocence or guilt. What I am talking about is the fact that 924C, the federal guidelines, is actually wrong. The gun stacking sentence, the judge even stated before he sentenced Christopher Parker that his hands were tied by Congress and he was forced to hand down the sentence of 20 years consecutively for each case, for each bank robbery, having to give Christopher Parker 72 years and 3 months. Other co-defendants in the case, they're already home based on whatever that situation was about. But Christopher was the one that got maxed out. Christopher Parker has been incarcerated for 22 years. If the First Step Act actually applied and was retroactive, it would help him tremendously. That 72 years, 3 months would be broken down to 27 years, which would make him able to come home by the end of this year. Life is simply about second chances. He was 19 years old when he caught the case, and within 22 years of being incarcerated, the man has only had 8 write-ups. Anybody that's ever been incarcerated means he got in trouble 8 times, and 4 of them was within the first 4 years of him being incarcerated. He's been disciplinary free. He has accomplished over 80 certificates for release preparation classes, vocational trades, Bible studies, college units, sports leagues, wellness programs, and many more. When I was incarcerated, I didn't have a third of what he's done. Actually, I only focused on getting back, which was being in a law library and studying case law. I didn't get an opportunity to take any of these classes. So this shows that even though his release date isn't until April 21st, 2060, he'll be 83 years old if that sentence still stands. He's so optimistic about coming home and being a better citizen and being able to see his mother and stick by those that have stuck with him. Life is simply about second chances. The gun stacking law, 924C, is 100% wrong. We need to be able to give those that are incarcerated, that were sentenced outrageously, even to the point where federal judges state that their hands are tied and there's nothing that they can do in regards to sentencing these young men and women in the federal system. We need to stand up for our folks. So people make mistakes. The one thing I believe that people fail to keep in mind when someone is sentenced is the rehabilitation part. You don't want to send somebody into prison with tons of years behind them when a lot of people usually quit. And if their appeal comes through, then they're just forced right back into society, and they didn't take any of the proper measures to better themselves while being incarcerated because they thought that they were never coming home. Coming from a person that was sentenced to life without plus 15 years, I personally believe that this isn't the type of situation where we lock somebody up and throw away the key. There are a lot of good people in prison that actually have made one simple mistake, or maybe even a few in their lives and they're being punished for it consecutively. My personal opinion, as well as even the judge's opinion, Chris Parker is definitely one of them. The sentencing guideline 924C is something that needs to be taken a very strong look at. And those that were sentenced under these guidelines prior to the First Step Act, they need a shot at redemption. I personally am I am a very big fan of redemption because it gives an opportunity for those to see exactly what a person is made of. The only thing that can make it through fire like that is steel, especially if you come out better. So please, you guys, just give that a second thought. I'm gonna flash some pictures of my folks, Christopher Parker, so you guys can see my folks and a few of his other accomplishments, especially the letters he got for their hoop season. And you guys know him, I know him.